Begum's rainbow robot. In a small town called Kindland, kids loved to play, but they also loved being online together. Every day they met in their online club. It was called the Kindness Code Club. Three friends made the club. Their names were Alia, Renk, and Arda. They had one big rule: be kind to everyone online and offline. One day, a new girl came to class. Her name was Begum. She was very shy and quiet. When she joined the club, she shared her drawing. It was a rainbow robot. It was cute and colorful and cute. At first, nobody said anything. Then some messages came. Why is this so weird? That's not good. Begum felt so sad, very sad. She stopped smiling. She closed her tablet slowly. Alia saw this. She said, "That's not nice." Rank said, "We must respect everyone. Everyone matters." And Andra said, "Let's fix this." The next day, wrote they wrote a message. In our club, everyone is important. We are kind. We respect all ideas.
Then Rank had an idea. She said, "Let's vote for our rules." All the kids shared ideas. Be kind, no mean words. Help your friends. Alia was quiet, but then she wrote, "Can we say something nice at first?" Everyone loved her idea. It became rule number 1. After that, everything changed. Kids started saying, "Wow, your robot is amazing. I love the colors. Maybe you can add stars." Begum smiled again. She made more drawings and shared them. One day, she said softly, "Thank you, I feel happy here." Rank smiled and said, "That is called dignity." Now the club was a very special place. Everyone could speak. Everyone was kind. Everyone felt safe, and the kids knew something very important. Being a good digital citizen means being kind and fair to everyone.
Happy Play School. In Happy Play School, kids love to play. They run, they laugh, they play together. One day, Thomas says, "Let's play football." Isabella is quiet. "I can play," she says. "Why?" asks Pietro. "I'm not fast," says Isabella. "Some kids say you can watch." Isabella looks, said Pietro, says, "This is not fair." Leonardo says, "Everybody can play." Thomas says, "Let's change the game." Kids say, "Go slow," help your friends pass the ball.
An Unforgettable Day, a short story about participation by little digital citizens, big democratic voices. Stories by Eslem Erba, Zülbi Elif, Ayşe, and Ülnihan. Authors by Deren and Ülkü. Erva was a kind and happy girl. She lived in a small town with her friends Lily and Tom. One sunny morning, Erva said, "Let's go to the park today." Lily smiled and said, "Great idea." Tom said, "I can bring my girl."
They went to the park together. The weather was warm and beautiful. First, they played football. Then they had a picnic under a big tree. Suddenly they saw a small bird on the ground.
The bird looked hurt. Ira said, "Oh no, we must help it." Lily gave some water to the bird. Tom made a small nest with leaves. After some time, the bird felt better and flew away.
Arva and her friends were very happy. Helping others is important, said Arva. At the end of the day, they went home with big smiles. It was a very special day.
Power of Understanding, a short story about conflict resolution by Little Digital Citizens Big Democratic Voices. Stories by Hafsa, Merve, Sümeyye, Elif. Audios by İhsan Eymen, Seviyanur.
Power of understanding. Emma and Eric are best friends. They work together on school projects, but sometimes they have problems. Let's look at their adventure. Eric, you never listen my opinions. Emma shouted. She was very angry.
That's not true, Emma. I It's just my opinion that this idea is better.
Eric replied calmly. You always say that. It's not fair. Eric sighed.
Maybe, but your idea seems very complicated for our internet project.
Emma took a deep breath and remained calm. Okay, how about we both explain our ideas clear first? They when they we can decide together.
Sounds fair. Okay, let's do it.
Eric sighed with a smile. The next day, their teacher gave them a new test. Eric sent a message to Emma.
You do the introduction. I'll do the conclusion.
Emma was confused and felt sad. I don't want to do this. It's too difficult. Why isn't Eric helping me? She thought. When they met, Eric asked,
Emma, what's the problem? Why aren't you starting?
I'm always doing the hard work. Emma shouted. Eric was surprised.
Maybe you misunderstood my message. Emma, I am doing the other half of the project.
Emma read the message again. Oh, wait. Yes, I didn't understand. I'm sorry. On the third day, they were browsing the internet together. Emma saw a video. Eric, look, there's a sick cat here. It looks really bad. Let's send the money to address into distraction.
No, Emma, stop.
Eric cried.
They are scammers. That cat is not real. It was photoshopped. Which AI?
But it looks so real. Maybe this person really in trouble?
Look closely. Emma, people are being deceived. Buy AI every day. Their goal is only to take your money.
Emma looked at the screen again. You're right. It is a fake photo. I apologize, Eric. Thank you for protecting me. Eric was very happy that he helped Emma. They learned to listen, to read carefully, and to be smart on the internet. They remained the best of friends. Alex's Big Lesson. A short story about rights and responsibilities by Little Digital Stands Big Democratic Voices. Stories by Harun, Abdullah Turan, Sinay Elif. Audios by Zahide Efka. One day, a young student named Alex started at a new school. He was excited because he had heard that every student had the right to express their ideas freely and learn in a safe environment. On his first day, his teacher explained that all students had equal rights, such as the right to speak, the right to learn, and the right to be treated fairly. Alex felt happy and confident. During the lesson, he shared his opinions without fear. However, after a few days, Alex began interrupting others while they were speaking.
He believed that since he had the right to speak, he could talk whenever he wanted.
One day his teacher gently stopped him and said,
Alex, you are right. You have the right to speak. But remember, with every right comes a responsibility. You must also listen to others and respect their right to speak.
Alex was surprised. He had never thought about responsibilities before. That day, he realized that if everyone talked at the same time, no one would be heard. So he started raising his hand and listening careful when others spoke.
As time passed, Alex became a respectful and responsible student. He followed the rules, helped his classmates, and understood that rights and responsibilities go hand in hand. Because of this, the classroom became a happier and more peaceful place for everyone.
In the end, Alex learned an important lesson: a good society is built not only on rights but also on responsibilities.
Still in Chaos, a short story about rules and laws by Little Digital Citizens, Big Democratic Voices. Stories by Aslanur, Fatma Sena, Fatma Zehra. Audios by Fahrettin Ahmet. Once upon a time, in a small town called Greenville, there was a seventh grade student named Leo. Leo was a smart boy, but he was tired of everything. He hates the school rules and the town laws. Why do I have to wear a uniform? Why do we have to stop at red lights? It's so boring. He complained to his grandfather. His grandfather, a retired judge, uh, smiled and said, Leo, rules are for small groups like schools, but laws are for everyone in the country. They are there to protect us. Leo didn't listen. That night he made a wish. I wish there were no rules and no laws in Greenville. The chaos begins. The next morning, Leo woke up and ran outside. He saw something strange. People were driving their cars on the sidewalks. There were there were no traffic lights because the traffic laws were gone. People were shouting, and it was very dangerous to cross the street. He went to school, but he didn't have to wear a uniform. He felt happy for a minute, but when he entered the classroom, it was a disaster. Students were jumping on the desks, throwing books, and shouting. The teacher was sitting quietly. Sir, why aren't you starting the lesson? Leo asked. The teacher replied, there are no school rules anymore. Leo, I don't have to teach and you don't have to listen. The realization. Leo tried to go to the park to relax, but the park was covered in trash. Without in the environmental laws, people threw their garbage everywhere. Suddenly, a big boy came and took Leo's bicycle. Hey, that is mine. Give it back, Leo shouted. The boy lodged. There are no laws against stealing today. I can take whatever I want. Leo felt sad and scared. He realized that without laws, there was no justice. Without rules, there was no order. Everyone was selfish and the town was a mess. Back to reality. Leo closed his eyes tightly and whispered, I was wrong, please. I want the rules back. When he opened his eyes, he was in his bed. It was Monday morning. He looked out the window and saw cars waiting at the red light. He saw his clean school uniform on the chair. He felt huge sense of relief. He went to school that day with a smile. He followed the safety rules in the lab, listened to his teacher, and respected the rights of his friends. He finally understood that rules and laws aren't there to stop us. They are there to help us live together in peace.
Racist. Story by Filip Tasic, Angela Mihailovic, Jovan Simonovic, Lara Rastoimenovic. Audio by Jovan Mauduš, Elena Dajic. One day, Jovan and Anna were playing in the schoolyard. They were kicking a ball and laughing. Suddenly, the ball hit the window. The window broke with a long sound. Jovan got scared and said it was not me, and looked at him and felt upset. Their teacher came and asked what happened. Anna stayed quiet, but Jovan was bad inside. He knew the truth was important. Jovan said, I am sorry. I broke the window. The teacher said, thank you for being honest. Anna smiled because justice was done. Open Story by Jana Knežica, Sergej Dinić, Ljubiša Jankov, Mate Miladinović. Audio by Jovana Gvojić, Vuk Pavić. One morning, a new boy came to class. His name was Maxim, and he was shy. He spoke slowly and used new words. Some children did not understand him, but Milena wanted to help. She smiled and said to Maxim, do you want to sit with Maxim? Nodded and felt happy. Milena showed him her favorite game. Maxim showed her a game from his country. Soon other children came to join them. They all learned something new. Sarah was glad. She was open and kind. Respect. Stories by Marijan Đorđević, Vasilije Stefanović, Aleksandar Momirov i Helena Filipović. Audio by Dunja Jadžić Ognjensorić. Link. Ivan loved to draw pictures in class. Ivan loved to tell stories out loud. One day, Link showed her drawing. Ivan wanted to speak at the same time. He almost talked over her, but then he stopped and listened. Link explained her drawing with a smile. Everyone clapped for her work. Then Ivan shared his story. Link listened carefully to him. They both felt heard and happy. Their teacher said that is respect. Respect for diversity. Stories by Marijan Đorđević, Vasilije Stefanović, Aleksandar Momirov, Helena Filipović. Audio by Dunja Vučković, Milica Pantović. In a small class, every child was unique. Children was break clothes and love music. Mark like books and quiet time. All spoke two languages at home. Some children like different food. At first they did not play too much. One day the teacher made a sharing day. Each child shared something special. They tasted new food and heard new songs. They asked questions and listened well. Some days starting playing together every day. They learned that differences make the world beautiful.
The little message box. In this school there is a little message box. Kids write kind notes for their friends. One day Max is quiet. He does not play. Mia asks, "Are you okay?" Max looks down. "I miss my friends," he says. Mia and Aida, let's write a message. The kids write together. You are our friend. You like playing with you. You are not alone. Max reads the notes. Slowly he smiles. Now Max is happy. He plays with his friends. Again, the little message box helps everybody. Communication means sharing feelings, kind words make people happy.
Last year, we decided to take all the decision together in our class. We also decided to collaborate and help each other in all tasks, works and projects. So, when there is something to do, everyone takes an action. Everyone finishes their part of the work. If someone needs a help, we help to that student. I can say we are a very good team who accepts, respects, and listens to each other. One day, a new student came to our class. His name is Aaron. Aaron did not know very much about the rules and responsibilities of our team. month, Elif had a birthday. As always, we decided to share the tasks to make a birthday party for Elif. Everyone had something to do. 5 students decorated the classroom, 6 students baked a cake at home, 1 student made a banner, and everyone had to write a postcard for us.
One day, Elif's birthday, we enjoyed our team's arrangement and team spirit very much, as everyone did their tasks. When we decided to give the postcard to Elif, everyone said, "I forgot to make a postcard." It was a little unusual for our team to see someone not doing his responsibility, but when everyone saw we do everything together and we support each other in all responsibilities, he realized how important it is to be included to everything and do the responsibilities. Everyone apologized and said he will always do his responsibilities in our team just like everyone else in the classroom. As a great team, we believe that if everyone puts an effort on something and do their part, their responsibility, the life becomes happy place for a friendly team and good life. We have to know and do our responsibilities.
Tinka is a small dog. She's in the 4th grade. After the holidays, she goes back to school. She is happy because her best friend Andulka is there. Andulka is a small squirrel. When Betinka comes to class, Andulka is already there. She smiles. They sit together and are happy to see each other. One day, they have a math test. All the children feel a little nervous. Betinka tries her best and Andulka tries too. Teacher gives the results. Some children have A's, some have B's. Anulka looks at her paper. She's quiet. She has an F. She looks down and starts to cry. She feels very sad. Petinka sees her. She sits next to her and gives her a hug.
Do not worry,
she says.
I like you even with an F, and you are my friend.
Andulka looks at her and smiles a little. She feels better. The next day, Andulka comes to school and she looks sad again. Her eyes are full of tears.
Someone sent me a mean message,
she says.
They say I am stupid and I should be in the 1st grade.
Betinka shakes her head. She knows it's not true.
You are not stupid,
she says.
You are kind and smart, I know you.
Betinka wants to help, so she goes to the teacher and tells her everything. The teacher calls the class. She looks really serious.
In this class, we help each other,
she says.
We are God, we don't write mean things.
The class is quiet. The children think. After a moment, one child stands up and looks at Andulka. I'm sorry, the child says. I was mean. Andulka looks at the child. He's not crying now. She smiles. Betinka takes her hand.
You see?
She says.
You are not alone.
Thank you.
Andulka says.
You are my best friend.
From that day, Andulka tries again and believes in herself more. And she knows she has a good friend. And that is sometimes better than to have good grades.
In the deep forest, the golden raspberry went missing. This raspberry keeps peace between squirrels and foxes. It was a symbol of peace. When it was there, foxes didn't hunt squirrels, and squirrels didn't throw pine cones at foxes. If it's not found, then a big war will begin. In the middle of the forest was a showcase, where usually is the raspberry shown. but today it disappeared. Small squirrel called Tom came.
We have time only to sunset, then the piece ends. Squirrels and foxes are already preparing for the battle.
Tom! Deep voice spoke up. Behind him lied an old fox called Felix. He was harmless. Instead of hunting, he liked to collect bottle caps.
Felix, you stole it!
Screamed Tom, and threw a corn at him. Felix opened his eyes.
We don't have it, but when you gonna throw it at me again, I call my brother, and he will eat you for dinner after sunset.
Tom got scared.
No, don't do this, and rather than you could help me to find the golden raspberry. I can climb, and you have a good sense of smell.
Felix woke up.
Me and the squirrel, we should help each other. That is right, but okay, I don't want a war in the forest. Where did you set the raspberry last time?
Felix and Tom went to the Black Mountain. They couldn't see anything, so Tom climbed up, and in the distance he saw something shining. He pointed at that direction. Felix started sniffing. Suddenly, they saw a raccoon. The raccoon was holding the golden raspberry, and he wanted to escape.
We have to stop him,
Whispered Tom, but the mountain was very high and slippery, so he couldn't continue because he was scared. He jumped onto Felix's back. Felix was bigger and not so clumsy like a Tom, and he jumped and ran on the mountain without any troubles. Raccoon was sitting on top of the mountain on a big tree. So Tom jumped out of Felix's back and climbed up the roots of the tree. The raccoon got scared. He dropped the raspberry from his paws. He was falling into a deep ravine.
No, help me!
Screamed Tom on Felix. Felix grabbed Tom and threw him up to the sky. Tom catch the raspberry in the air, but Tom started falling into the ravine too. Felix took all his power and jumped. He grabbed Tom by his long tail. He saved him. Together, they returned to the forest. Tom put the raspberry back on its place. The sun went down, and the first star appeared in the sky. Peace and calm remained in the forest. Everyone saw that the fox and the squirrel were friends.
We did it,
said Tom. Felix smiled.
Yes, because we cooperated.